Now, I know the title and thumbnail say something about the Modern Warfare 2 beta because that's ultimately what we're going to be talking about. But as you can obviously tell, we're back on, well, I guess, unless you're from TikTok, because even though I explicitly state that this is MWR, everyone on TikTok still thinks that I'm playing the MW2 beta. Like, they think I'm actually out here getting gold camos in the beta. When again, I specifically say, I literally say, I just unlocked gold on the whatever in Modern Warfare Remastered, and this is what it looks like. And they still, I don't know if they watch it with their eyes closed and the sound off, but they watch it and then they comment and they're like, oh, bro, get a life. The game's not even out, it's a beta. I'm like, first off, the game has been out for like 6 years, because second, you're just an idiot. But anyway, like I just said, we're back on MWR working on Exclusion Zone. And now, again, I know this is going to be about MW2, but I think there's only like 20 hours left at this point, maybe even less. But pretty much, we're done the beta. Really, all we were working towards is level 30. If you came here expecting like some if you came here expecting me to stutter, wish granted. But if you came here expecting like some in-depth analysis of the beta, that you're not, that's no. I actually don't really have much to say about it at all, because the fact of the matter is, I really, like, I have this weird mindset where unless I'm working towards something, I can't really, or I don't really see the point in doing it, if that makes any sense. Like, for example, with me saying that I reached level 30, to me, there's nothing left to do. Like, I have all the weapons maxed out, like at least the ones that we can max out, and there's no camos for me to grind, so really the only thing left for me to do would be to play to have fun, which I know this might sound crazy, but I don't know. I don't really want to play Call of Duty unless, like, for fun, unless I'm like quick scoping, which you can kind of do with the Mark II. And I mean, I don't think you can with the sniper, whatever the hell it's called, because it's just super slow. But I guess you could argue that you could do it on that as well. But point being, even though you can kind of do it with the Mark II, what really pisses me off is the fact that we unlock both the, I think it's called the Lockwood or something. I was going to call it the Mark II anyway, but we unlock both the Mark II and the sniper rifle now that we can get up to level 30, but we can't level them up, and therefore we can't customize them, so therefore they still suck. Like, I would honestly probably still be playing if I could equip attachments on the sniper that made it like better at quick scoping, like faster ADS, because the problem with the carbine is, even though it can one hit, it often doesn't, unless of course you're like 5 feet away, and even then it's kind of inconsistent. And I mean, the sniper, whatever the hell it's called, it hits like a sniper should hit, but again, there's no, you can't put attachments on it, so it's just the default ADS speed, which is miserable. So point being, I didn't want to use default class as the quick scope, and again, we maxed everything out. We got to level 30, which is as far as we can go in the beta. I maxed everything out as far as weapons go. Again, there's no camos, or really, I don't think any other challenges, period, aside from like the daily ones, which even today, the 2 bonus daily challenges or whatever they're called, they weren't even tracking. They weren't even spelled correctly either, but that's neither here nor there. The crazy part about this is that even though I have a headset on, I don't have any game volume because I'm trying to put the game volume in the video. So therefore, I have to do the game audio through HDMI out. And because the PS5 is such a trash console that I can't run it to both the headset and the TV at the same time. So really right now, this headset's just for like aesthetic purposes, and I'm just running around trying to hear whatever glimpse of sound comes out of this controller, which you would think in 2022, like damn near 20, you would think just in period that this wouldn't be an issue. I mean, obviously there's a workaround. I'd have to buy like a $50 adapter, but again, I really only borrowed the PS5 for the first weekend of the beta, and then since MWR runs on there, for what it's worth, the DualShock 5 is better than the DualShock 4, so I'm just gonna finish this on here. But again, I'm not paying $50 just to, because Sony's fucking stupid. And maybe there is a workaround, but it won't matter because I'll probably never touch this again unless, you know, in 2 years, for whatever reason, there's still PlayStation exclusive betas and shit, or like Last of Us 3 comes out. You know, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But then again, I probably wouldn't be playing the beta because turns out that my mouse today decided just to shit the bed and my right click doesn't work. I mean, it works, but it like chooses when to and when not to work. So I'll be literally aiming down the sights, and then even though the button's still clicked in, my guy will start to like un-ADS, if that's even a word. Sometimes I'll click it and he just won't even look down the sight. But so yeah, I probably would have ended up smashing that. I probably am going to smash it because I changed the battery, I unplugged it, I plugged it back in, I updated the software, and it has, I don't know what happened because I don't know. And you know, since it is the beta, I assume that maybe there's like an ADS bug or something going on. So I went in the Call of Duty Discord to like see if anybody else was having the same problem or whatever, and holy shit, they just need to delete that server because the amount of stupid in that server is actually like impressive. Like I said, I went in there asking if anyone else was having the same problem or if it was like a known issue, and nobody answered, but not because nobody was in there. There was a bunch of people in there, and there was a bunch of people actively talking, but the problem is nobody said anything. Being in that Discord and like reading the conversations people have kind of makes you feel like you're a 4th grade teacher and you're just listening to your students shit talk each other, because they're all talking shit, but at the same time they're like not talking, like they're more so embarrassing themselves. I don't know, it was just like everyone trying to like punchline each other and none of the punchlines would land, on top of the fact that there was like 7 7 different conversations going on at once. So yeah, I would recommend going in there and like just hanging out for a little bit if you want to be entertained and depressed at the same time. But in reality, I think again, they should just delete that server because nothing really got answered and nobody was saying anything, even though they were saying a lot. But yeah, as you can tell, we're working on golds for the AK and MWR, not MW2. And on the bright side, even though there's like I think Jesus Christ. I think 7 ARs. This is the last class we need until we get exclusion zone. So almost there. If you haven't seen the TikTok and or YouTube short, we have the M16 gold. So this would be the 2nd out of 7, which I mean, ARs, they should be fairly easy. 150 headshots is still a pain in the ass, but I mean, it's pretty brain dead, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying. I didn't do the math, but I'm pretty sure if it was just 100 headshots like it's supposed to be, I would be done by now because we still have to go back and finish Dark Ether and Vanguard, which my goal was to 100% it, like get Dark Ether and then unlock it for all the DLC weapons as well. But honestly, at this point, I think I might just get Dark Ether and call it a day because I don't know if you've ever played Vanguard Zombies, but it is absolute fucking trash. And it's not like I won't 100% it at some point in time. It's just that, again, I would have to do the calculations, but for me to do every single weapon that I would need to 100% it, I'd probably have to play for like 8 hours a day until there's just not enough time. I mean, there probably is enough time. Playing it for 30 minutes is already too long, and it takes 2 hours per gun. So even if I did 1 gun per day, I don't think I'd be done by the time MW2 came out. I could be wrong, the math could be off, but yeah, 2 hours of Vanguard a day is, I don't want to do that ever. 2 hours is if you're doing it efficiently. It's probably more along the lines of 3 hours, at least in my hands. If it adds up to where I can get it 100% before MW2 comes out, then I might do it if it's like a gun a day. But if I have to play more than like, I don't even want to play 2 hours. I don't even want to play 10 minutes. But if it's possible for me to do like 3 hours a day and get 1 gun done a day and then be 100%ed by the time MW2 comes out with the hopes that I never have to touch Vanguard again, which probably isn't the case because we just got a scythe in Cold War like a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Whenever the hell it came out. But the point being, it was like a year and a half or something. Listen, I don't I don't think I need to be specific in like the window or like the time period in which whatever the hell I'm talking about, because the fact of the matter is we shouldn't be getting Cold War updates at all. The only update we should be getting in Cold War at this point is a permanent Nuketown or something playlist, like 24/7, and permanent double XP for everything. So that way, if people want to go back and get the mastery camos, they can and not have to deal with this stupid shit. Pretty much what they did in World War II, 24/7 shipment and double XP forever, which even though we already have Chrome, I do want to go back and get Chrome Tiger. I actually wanted to get that before MW2 came out, but again, I don't think there's enough time in the day to do that. Believe it or not, YouTube is not my full-time job and YouTube doesn't pay me shit. So I guess this ended up becoming more of a like overall update video than a MW2 beta update video. MW2 definitely feels good, even though my controller shit the bed today. But aside from that, again, like I said earlier, like I can't really play with nothing to do. And in my head, unless there's a challenge to do, there's nothing to do. Like even though I've had fun playing games, I don't think I've actually played a game to have fun since I started the channel because I'm always trying to get content. And like I just said, obviously I've had fun playing here and there, but every time I sit down and play, it's with the intention of making a video or at least grinding towards a video, which I guess if I didn't do this camo grind, it'd probably be a much different story. But even then, the alternative at this point is just like trying to be a Warzone sweat or some shit. Definitely excited for MW2 to come out, but until it actually comes out and we can start the camo grind, even getting to level 30 was kind of a chore because again, in my eyes, I could have been playing this and getting this over with. But the fact that they had a blueprint at level 30, even though it's a blueprint that I'll never use unless I get to use the weapon early because I have the blueprint unlocked, which probably doesn't even make sense anyway because I start with snipers when I do the camo grind. So by the time I get to the ARs, I'll probably already have them unlocked, but I don't know. But anyway, the beta was fun. Don't get me wrong. But again, to me, I had nothing to do. So personally, I would much rather there be no beta, or at least honestly, in a perfect scenario, if they gave us like even if it was a fraction of the camos to grind, like obviously they could keep the mastery hidden and whatever, but if they gave us camos to grind in the beta, I wouldn't even care if they reset because then I just camo grind, so I can make camo grind videos instead of these weird videos where I just ramble about who the hell knows what I've rambled about at this point. But yeah, MW2 definitely feels better than Vanguard and Cold War, even if the beta is kind of whatever you want to call it. So I'm obviously looking forward to it, but at the same time, that doesn't even matter because I'm dumb enough to get the mastery camos in both Cold War and Vanguard. So even if this game does suck, my dumb ass is still going to get the mastery camos. And with that being said, I guess if you're interested in, which I would assume you are because you're on my channel, if you're interested in the camo grind when MW2 comes out, at least for the first week, I'm probably going to have a gun per day unless unless the grind is just absolutely fucking bananas. I don't really race to get the mastery camo, but I try to get it as fast as possible. So yeah, if you're interested in that at all, don't forget to subscribe, I guess. Yeah, I'm obviously out of shit to say. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm Fed7X. Thank you for watching. Now get off me.